Welcome back! This is our second week of Epic, where we are learning about the epic adventures of God's people in the wilderness. I think we should play a game before we get started.
Boys and girls, it's game time. But before we start playing, I need you to pause your videos, go run and grab some paper, and then some crayons or some markers, and then we'll get going. Are you ready? Now I'm going to describe something, and I want you, with your marker or your crayon, to draw what you think it is while I'm describing it. All right, here we go. I see someone dressed in all black, and they have a cape on. And what else do I see? They also are wearing a gold belt buckle. Are you guys done drawing? All right.
Hey boys and girls, now it's my turn to describe a picture to you. Did you get a fresh piece of paper ready? Are you ready? Here we go. Oh, I see some really long claws. And one has particularly long claws. You got that in your drawing? Okay. Oh, I see some pointy ears. Maybe, is that a mask? Oh, and I see some boots. I see some big black boots. Make sure you get that in your drawing. Okay, boys and girls, I can't wait to see your pictures.
Okay, boys and girls, I'm going to describe the picture now, so get your pens and pencils out. I see a belt with a gold buckle. I also see a black cape with a gold pennant and some black tights. Ooh, I got you with that one, didn't I?
Wow, boys and girls, great job. I think it's time to see our pictures. What was picture number 1? That's right, it was Black Panther. I wonder how many of you got it. All right, let's see. What was picture number 2? It was Black Panther again. All right, I think picture number 3 was different. Let's see, what's picture number 3? No way! A third Black Panther. We were all looking at the same picture. Did you notice though that each person was describing the picture differently? Yeah, that's because we don't all see the same things. And that's what we're going to talk about in today's lesson.
Hey Brooklyn, do you remember a couple of years ago when we got our new puppy? And I said, we should name him Romeo, and everybody agreed?
That's not how I remember it. I remember that nobody agreed with that name. See, people don't see the world the same way. We all see it through a specific point of view or lens.
Today, we are going to hear a story about how 12 different spies saw things in different ways. We are going to see how trusting God made a difference in how they saw things.
All right, boys and girls, a picture is going to pop up right beside me. And I want you to name some of the things that you see. That's right, boys and girls. Good job.
Our story today is from the Bible in Numbers chapter 13, verse 2.
All the way to chapter 14, verse 9.
God's people had come to the edge of the land that God promised them, which is called Canaan, or the Promised Land.
Moses picked 12 people, one from each tribe of Israel, to go and spy out the land.
What is the land like? What are the people like? How do they live? Bring back some fruit of the land, said Moses. So the 12 spies went into Canaan to see what the land was like.
They gathered up fruit, grapes, pomegranates, and figs and carried them back to their own people.
They stood before Moses and all the people and gave their report.
The land is indeed full of fruit, the spies reported. It flows with milk and honey. That means that the land is full of all kinds of good things.
But, the spies continued, the people are powerful and the cities are strong and large. Caleb and Joshua spoke up.
We should go take over the land. We can do it. But the other spies argued no. The people are too powerful and we would surely lose.
Caleb and Joshua trusted God. They knew God had promised they would live in this wonderful land, and they continued to try to convince the people to trust God and go where they had been sent.
What would your promised land look like? Would it be Disney World?
All right, boys and girls, I have today's big idea. You ready? I can trust God. I can trust God. I can trust God.
Well, hey there, you little chicken nuggets. It's me, Carl, and welcome to Grow TV.
Welcome to Grow TV. Introducing your host, Carl, and your co-host, Cassie. Where we learn, where we grow, and we talk about Jesus. Once again, welcome to Grow TV.
As y'all know, our theme this month is epic. And today, we have an epic show because I have a couple of surprises for Cassie. You see, I got some silly pranks and some tricks for Cassie, and I want y'all to watch and enjoy. So first, I have 2 glasses of milk. One glass, my glass, is just going to be filled with normal milk from a cow. Just normal milk. Nothing wrong with it. But Cassie's, hers is going to have a whole bottle of honey in it. This week's study mentions the land of milk and honey, so I figured it'd be kind of amusing to add a little sweet, sticky honey to Cassie's milk. She'll never see it coming. My next trick will involve this envelope, labeled Cassie. Inside this envelope is just a bunch of feathers from a bird. When Cassie opens the envelope, bird feathers will fly everywhere, and it will be funny. I do have some more pranks, but we'll see how these go first. But she should be here any second, so to start off, I'm going to pretend to sleep. When she comes in, I won't be asleep, and I'll scare her. Watch this.
What you doing? How's it going?
Good.
Were you trying to scare me?
Cassie, I would never, ever do anything to surprise you or scare you.
So did you read this week's Bible story?
I sure did, and it was totally epic.
Right? What was your favorite part?
I thought it was real cool how God led them to the promised land, you know, the land of milk and honey.
That was super awesome. I thought it was pretty neat how they sent in the 12 spies to go in and learn more about the promised land.
Yep, and to celebrate this cool story, I thought it'd be fitting to enjoy this special drink.
What is it?
Just milk.
Well, you said special drink, so...
Well, I mean, a special story calls for a special drink.
Okay, do you have a straw? I like to drink my milk out of straws.
Yeah, I think I might have a straw somewhere around here. No, I actually don't have a straw.
Oh, it's all right. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure it will be. Well, bottoms up. Oh! That is sticky and sweet. This is awful. What happened?
I knew you were up to something. I had to switch them.
What? Man, that stinks.
That's all right. How did it taste?
Nasty. Just really weird. Speaking of weird, I have something for you.
Really? What is it?
Well, it's an envelope, and it has your name on it.
Huh. Where'd you find it?
Well, I found it at the Vroom Vroom juice store downtown, past the Chick-fil-A.
Vroom Vroom juice store? You mean the gas station?
Yes, that's exactly what I meant.
Okay, that's weird. I can't seem to get it open.
Just rip it open, Cassie.
I mean, it's covered in tape.
You just gotta pull it hard. It'll open.
I can't. I'll just open it later.
Hey, just give me the thing, Cassie. It was really easy to open it, Cassie. Really easy.
Those feathers?
Yes, from a bird.
Okay, weird. Do you want something to clean it up with?
I don't think so. You're probably just gonna trick me with it.
It wasn't a trick. I was just helping you.
Well, I don't trust you now. All my tricks ended up just tricking myself.
So you don't trust me?
I don't think so.
You sound like the 10 spies.
Who?
The 12 spies from the story. Moses sent 12 spies out to look around, bring back fruit, and report what they found.
So what does this have to do with not trusting?
Well, when the spies came back, 10 of them were really intimidated and worried, even though God had promised them the land.
Well, what about the other two?
Caleb and Joshua? Well, they said they should take the land that God had promised them. That God had been faithful every time before, so they should trust that God is faithful now.
Well, what did the others say, Joshua and Caleb?
They argued.
Why?
They didn't trust God, just like you don't trust me now.
Man, that's rough. Well, I do trust you now. I was just trying to have some fun.
And if it makes you feel any better, I had fun.
Yeah, me too. I guess I can trust you again.
I trust you too, Carl. And I think today we learned we can trust God too.
Yeah, I can trust God.
Wait a minute. Is that our...
Big idea! That's right, you little chicken nuggets. Today's big idea is I can trust God. So on the count of 3, let's all say it together. 1, 2, 3. I can trust God! Huzzah! Way to go, kiddos. Sure did have fun with y'all today. I'm gonna go to the doctor though because I'm pretty sure I'm allergic to birds and their feathers. Also, do not try any of these pranks at home because if you're like me, you'll find out that you are in fact allergic to feathers from birds and your throat is very itchy. Bye.
Thank you for watching and tune in next week for a new episode of Bro TV.
Earlier we talked about how people look at things through different lenses,
That just means that everyone sees things differently.
like in today's story.
The 10 spies looked at the promised land through a magnifying glass of worry. So all they could see was how hard and scary entering the land might be.
But Caleb and Joshua looked at the promised land through the magnifying glass of trust. So all they saw was how good God would take care of them.
Let's use our magnifying glass of trust.
What would your promised land look like? Would it be a candy shop?
Let's see what Jesus had to say in Matthew chapter 6, verses 32 to 34. What I'm trying to do here is get you to relax, to not be so preoccupied with getting, so you can respond to God's giving. People who don't know God and the way He works fuss over these things, but you both know God and how He works. Steep your life in God reality, God initiative, God provisions. Don't worry about missing out. You'll find all your everyday human concerns will be met. Give your entire attention to what God is doing right now. And don't get worked up about what may or may not happen tomorrow. God will help you deal with whatever hard things come up when the time comes. Wow, those were some great verses. And this leads me to a question. How can you learn how to trust God instead of worrying?
The promised land was flowing with all these goodies, even better than the ones around me. God always follows through on the promises that He's made to us. That's why I can say without a doubt that I can trust God.
What would your promised land look like? Would it be the biggest bag of all dressed chips in the whole world?
Let's pop our worries. Take a balloon and blow it up. We can write our worries on our balloon. Then we could say, I can trust God, and pop our balloons and pop our worries.
We can put out a bat signal. Take a piece of paper. You can see this one here is cut into a heart. Let's write our worries or concerns on here. Let's say, I can trust God, while holding up our papers like a bat signal. Or if you want, you can tear up your worries.
Let's pray. Dear God, thank you that you help me to look at the world through the magnifying glass of trust. Help us to remember we can trust you. And thank you for being with us always. Amen.
Boys and girls, thank you so much for joining us today. We have had a great time learning that I can trust God. There is so much more for you to do if you will just check out all of the links below, and we'll see you next time.